Hey guys, I figured I'd make a video since I haven't made one in a while. In this video I'm going to be swapping out my motherboard with a new one I just bought. But first I want to give a shout out to Linus and give you a quick rundown of his channels. First is NCX.com, which is his computer related channel, which he does unboxings, reviews, and other informative computer related videos. His second channel is Linus Tech Tips, which is the same as his NCX.com channel, except it's got more of a personal touch to it. And for those of you who are cat lovers out there, feel free to check out Linus Cat Tips, which features his Bengal cats Rocket and Rumble. So let me get my PC set up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I got my PC set up here. I'm going to go ahead and open up the side panel and get started. I'll try to keep my face out of the frame, or my head out of the frame, whatever. So, let's see what I can do. Keep track of my screws, there's no losing them. Flip this over like so. We're going to get that speed controller around it there. Alright. Now I need to find my screwdriver. So let me find my screwdriver and I'll be right back. Alright, so I found my screwdriver and I also found my anti-static wrist straps. So I'm going to go ahead and get started again. So just so you guys are aware, make sure you have all your tools ready when you're doing this kind of stuff, because that makes you look stupid. But what can you do? And I also apologize about the poor lighting. Got those energy efficient light bulbs in a lot of my light fixtures in my apartment, so yeah, what can you do? So, yep. Don't mind that, it's just my cell phone. Alright guys, so went ahead and took out the screws for the expansion slots there. Didn't want to have you guys have to sit through that. Also went ahead and replaced the battery in my camcorder since it was almost dead anyway. So I'm going to have to put myself in the shot, so I apologize for that, but I have to see what I'm doing with this part. So do not want to break that lock. There we go. For the PCI Express slot. Here's the video card. It's rather old, but does the job. We'll be upgrading to a Crossfire ready video card eventually. That's why I got new boards for one reason. Because this board does not support Crossfire. Did I say board? I think I did. I meant board. Anyway, this board does not support Crossfire. This is the tube here. Anyway, this board does not support Crossfire video cards. So, yeah, I should probably try finishing one thing before I say another. So, alright. Here we go. There's the sound card. Gotta remove the HD audio header there. I mean plug from the HD audio header. Here's the sound card. It's a Creative Sound Blaster X5 Extreme Gamer. So, yep. Actually, I think it's just called Creative Sound X5 Extreme Gamer. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and remove the motherboard screws off camera so you guys don't have to sit there and watch me unscrew screws. I'll be right back. Alright, so I remembered that I have to take the heatsink and the heatsink off of the processor before I remove the standoff screws, because it would just make it a lot easier. So, what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove the CPU fan from the CPU fan header, release the tensioner thing, like you want to call it, tensioner lever there. And then I'm going to release the tension clips, or retention clips rather, with a flathead screwdriver. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and try to get the CPU fan wire out of the way first. And then what you want to do is you want to push down and get the screwdriver in there and try to Alright guys, got the retention clips released there. They're kind of a pain in the butt to get off because they've got still a decent amount of tension on them when you do release the tension lever there. So it's not like a lot as it was when it was locked, because if it's locked you're not going to be able to get that off. So now what you want to do is you want to go ahead, you don't want to pull the heatsink straight off, because if you do you'll end up pulling the processor from its socket, and you don't want to do that because, trust me, I've done it, it's not fun, because you either bend a pin or you'll break one off. If you break one off, you're pretty much screwed, because then your processor's not going to be able to do anything, and yeah, you pretty much have a non-working system at that point. You have to buy a new processor. So what you want to do is you want to twist the heatsink to get the bond off like that, and as you can see, it's now loose. And then you can lift straight up like that, and make sure the retention clip doesn't hang back up, which it's doing. Hold on a second. And up. It's trying to hang on there. There we go. And there you go. And there's the old thermal paste. Now, for those of you who are not aware of this, do not reuse thermal paste that's already been used. You don't do that. You have to reapply thermal paste. And I do have thermal paste. It's sitting right here. Arctic Silver 5. You don't have to use that, but that's what I like to use. So yeah, so what you want to do is you want to clean this off. You can use rubbing alcohol. Don't use like WD-40 and stuff like that, because that has oils in it, and all that's going to do is cause it to not be able to bond well with the heatsink cap there, so you don't want that. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the processor and clean this up, and I will be right back. Alright guys, well, it took me quite a while, but I had to manipulate the standoff screws there. I got the board out. Word of advice: undo your cable management before you try to take your board out. Also, and don't take your processor heatsink off beforehand, because you're going to need something to grab the board with, and that's one of the most sturdy parts that actually attaches to the board that you can do that with. Because otherwise you're going to have to grab with the edges by the edges of the board, and to be honest, it's definitely not that easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and undo all my cable management, which I should have did before, which I didn't do. But now, that's a lesson learned. And then I'm going to put the board in, and I will be right back. Alright. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you a quick comparison between the old and the new board here. This is my old board. It's a Biostar TA890GXE board. It's a micro ATX board, so yep. It's a lot smaller, as you will see in just a second. You got a 4-pin CPU connector there. You got an IDE connector, 24-pin power connector. You have 5 SATA connectors there. 2 PCI, 1 PCI Express 16, and 1 PCI Express 1. And this has onboard video. It's got HDMI, 4 USB ports, and all that stuff. It's good. And here is the new board, which is the Biostar TA890FXE. So as you can see, it's much larger than the GXE. So that's why I refer to it as its bigger brother. It's got a 8-pin CPU power connector there. It's got an IDE connector as well, which is down here. a 24-pin power connector there. It's got a little postcode LED display there. 5-pin SATA connectors. 2 PCI Express slots and 4 PCI Express 16 slots. It does not have any onboard video because it is a Crossfire board, so it does not need that. So they pretty much expect if you don't have a video card, then you shouldn't be buying this board. Well, you should just buy a video card along with it then. You also got a Molex connector on the board as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the computer, and I will be right back. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you an update of what I've gotten done so far here. Alright, got the board in, as you can see. I got the processor, heatsink in there, as you can see. So everything's all good. So far, I've got some cable management I got to take care of here, and that's a lot of that anyway. So I got to put my sound card and my TV tuner in, which are going in these two slots right here. Video card's already in, as I probably already mentioned already. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I will show you guys the finished product when I get back. Alright guys, here's the finished product here. Took me like long enough to do this. I'm not going to say how long, but long enough. Because I'm really meticulous when it comes to cable management and stuff like that, and make sure it's all good. So as you can see, give you a quick view of the inside, put the case on here. Here's all the stuff in there. Cable management isn't that great, especially with this case. I mean, it's better than a lot of cases I've seen. But actually, I think one case that actually beats this case in cable management is the Corsair 600T. That case is freaking sweet. And here's the back end here. Got 6 USB ports in the back, which is sweet. Obviously, like I said before, there's no video. So I got my video card in there. It's a ATI Radeon HD 4550. Actually, it's a Vision Tech branded ATI Radeon, but still, it's pretty much the same thing. So, alright, I'm gonna set it all up and let you guys join me for the first startup. I'll be right back. Alright guys, here we go. Moment of truth. The first startup. Sweet. Let's see if it posts. Yes, it does. Should go into the setup, because as you guys may or may not know, you must go into into the BIOS, configure the stuff so that way Windows will boot. So here we go. And as you can see, the time is actually a couple minutes off. Not a big deal. And the date is actually a day off, which is actually kind of ironic. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a good day. Alright guys, now it's the moment of truth. First startup. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. I think I forgot to turn the power supply on.